Houston is absolutely blowing up. We're already the fourth largest metro in the country, and we're on track to pass Chicago by 2036. But here's what most people don't realize until it's too late. Houston is a trap if you don't know how to navigate it, because this city is massive. Where you land will determine if you love your life or regret your move every single day. Whether you're looking for a luxury custom estate in Fulshear or trying to cut a soul-crushing commute from Cypress, the Houston you choose changes everything. Now, I've helped hundreds of families relocate here in just the last couple of years, and today I'm breaking down the taxes, the commute reality, and the four rings of the city so you don't make a $1 million mistake. Because moving to Houston is just the beginning. The real question is, which Houston are you moving to? All right, let's start with the biggest mistake people make. They think Houston is just one city, but it's not. Houston is massive. We're talking over 650 square miles with no traditional zoning. That means this city doesn't just grow, it spreads out in every direction. To put that in perspective, you can fit the cities of New York, Boston, and Miami all inside our highway loops and still have room left over. Because we're so spread out, our suburbs, places like Katy, the Woodlands, and Fulshear stretch 30 to 50 miles out from the center. This is the reality check. You could tell people you live in Houston and be 15 minutes from a world-class museum, or you can be 60 minutes away in a custom estate with a 2-acre yard. Both are technically Houston, but they represent two completely different lives. Every one of these areas, from Cypress in the northwest to Sugarland in the southwest, operates like its own independent city. They have their own school districts, their own tax rates, and most importantly, their own commute times. So when someone tells me I'm moving to Houston, my response is always the same. That doesn't actually mean anything yet. The real question is, where in Houston? Now, to answer that, we have to look at the four rings that define this city. First things first, Houston is not just one city. And this is where almost everyone messes up. When people say, I'm moving to Houston, they think of a single dot on a map. But Houston is actually a collection of completely different worlds, all held together by highways. Now, to understand it, you have to break it into four major zones. Zone 1, the inner loop, 610. This is the high energy heart of the city. River Oaks, the Heights, and the Museum District. You're paying for the lifestyle here, but it comes at a premium. In these pockets, you have multi-million-dollar price tags are the baseline, and you're often paying for the land more than the house itself. You aren't just buying a home, you're buying your time back. Now, Zone 2, the prestigious pockets. Just outside that 610 line, you hit Legacy Houston, areas like Bellaire, Westview, and Tanglewood. This is where you're going to find the sprawling lots and the historic oak trees. But fair warning, this is some of the most expensive real estate in all of Texas. If you aren't prepared for 7-figure starting points, these areas might stay on your dream home list. It's the best of both worlds if you have the budget to match. Zone 3, the middle ring, or Beltway 8. This is where the true suburbs begin. Places like Pearland, Humble, and Spring Branch. This is the sweet spot. You can often find twice the square footage here for half the price of what you pay inside the loop. You get the master plan amenities and the newer builds, but your commute time is officially on the clock. Finally, Zone 4, the Grand Parkway, Highway 99. This is New Houston, the fastest growing frontier in the country. We're talking about Katy, Cypress, and Fulshear. Now, you can find beautiful new builds here in the $500,000 range, but if you really want to see where this city is headed, look at the multi-million-dollar custom estates. In places like Bridgeland or Cross Creek Ranch, people are building legacy estates on massive lots that you just can't find in the city. We're talking 6,000 to 10,000 square foot floor plans, private casitas, and resort-style backyards with crystal lagoons. But here's the kicker, that $2 million custom build in Fulshear, that same house, if you could even find the land for it, would cost you $8 to $10 million in River Oaks. In Zone 4, you aren't just buying a house, you're building a private resort on the frontier of the city. Every one of these zones feels like it's like a different planet. different prices, different lifestyles, and a completely different daily commute. So when someone tells me I'm relocating to Houston, the very first thing I ask is, okay, but which Houston? Because that answer changes everything. Now let's talk about what really controls your life in Houston, the highways. Everything here revolves around how you move around these roads. We don't have a subway system. We have a wagon wheel on concrete. You've got I-10 cutting east and west, I-45 going north and south, and 59 slicing right through the city. But the most important thing to understand is the rings. Just like Dallas, Houston is a city of circles. You have the 610 loop circling the urban core, Beltway 8 wrapping around the established suburbs, and the Grand Parkway, the massive outer ring defining New Houston. In this city, these highways aren't just roads, they're boundaries. So when someone says they live inside the loop, they aren't just giving you a map coordinate, they're telling you where they work, where they eat, and exactly how much of their life they spend in their car. Because in Houston, distance is a lie. 10 miles could be a 15-minute breeze or a 45-minute nightmare. Same miles, completely different life. And here's the part that most people don't realize until it's too late. Every loop you cross changes the soul of the city. Inside 610, it's high speed, high price, and right in the action. Outside the Beltway, you're trading a drive for more space and better value. Out by the Grand Parkway, you get that new Houston growth, but you are way out there. If you don't understand these rings, you'll pick the wrong area. You'll build a commute you'll end up hating and buy into a lifestyle that just doesn't fit. And trust me, in this city, your highway matters more than your zip code. Let's start inside the loop. This is where you'll find the historic and cultural heart of Houston. Places like River Oaks, the Heights, the Third Ward, and the Museum District. But there's a nuance here most people miss: Bellaire and West U. West U is almost entirely in a loop, but Bellaire is split. You have inside the loop Bellaire, which is ultra exclusive and minutes from the medical center, and then you have the rest of the city sitting just outside of the city. What's the draw here? Walkability and time. In a city built for cars, these are rare pockets where your day moves differently. You aren't planning your life around highway traffic. You can grab coffee, hit a park, or go to dinner without becoming a major expedition. Now, you can find new construction here, but it looks different. You'll often see sleek 3-story townhomes, modern densified builds, and even massive custom estates in the Third Ward or River Oaks. But here's the trade-off. Inside the loop, you are paying for the dirt. The price per square foot is the highest in the city, the lots are smaller, and parking can be tight. You have to ask yourself, do you want the lifestyle and the 10-minute commute, or do you want a massive backyard and a 4-car garage? Because inside the loop, you're buying access, not just square footage. Now cross just outside the loop and the vibe shifts instantly. You're hitting heavy hitters like Bellaire, Spring Branch, and Meyerland, the Memorial Villages, Tanglewood, and Garden Oaks. This is where the Houston dream lives. We're talking sprawling estates, massive oak canopies, and that deep-rooted traditional neighborhood feel. In this zone, you get the best of both worlds: top-tier schools and a quiet residential sanctuary while staying minutes from the action. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Inventory is tight and prices, they're aggressive. If you want new construction or a designer remodel here, expect a bidding war. And here's the part that catches people off guard. You aren't escaping the grind, because these neighborhoods feed directly into downtown and the med center, so your morning commute can still be a battlefield. You're trading that urban noise for a quieter backyard, but you're still very much strapped to the pulse and the pace of the city. But maybe you don't want traditional. You want soul. You want character. If that's you, Houston delivers. But it's a total chameleon. Take the Heights, for example. It's all 1900s bungalows, wraparound porches, and those iconic shops on 19th Street. It's vintage cool. Then you hit Montrose. It's eclectic, it's loud, and it's the cultural heartbeat of the city, where historic manors sit right next to ultra-modern builds and the best nightlife in Texas. Want a time machine? Go to Old Sixth Ward. It's a protected slice of history with the densest collection of Victorian homes in the city. Total hidden gem. Looking for grit and creativity? The East End is exploding. Think former industrial warehouses turned into massive murals, breweries, and art galleries. Then you've got the Museum District. 19 world-class institutions in one walkable radius in Midtown, where it's high density, metro rail access, and the city lights are literally in your backyard. In these spots, you are not just buying a house, you're buying a lifestyle you can't find in the suburbs. Short commutes, unique architecture, and a real community. But here is a reality check. Character isn't cheap. You're paying a premium for the zip code. Those charming older homes, they come with charming maintenance bills. Streets are narrow, parking is a nightmare. And in these transitional areas, things can change fast, literally block to block. It's the ultimate Houston trade-off. You get the soul of the city, but you've got to be ready for that hustle that comes with it. Now, real quick, this is exactly why I make these videos, because most people don't find this stuff out until after they've already bought the wrong house. And by then, it's way too late. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating anywhere here in Houston, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because on this channel, we're gonna break down the best areas, the pros and cons you want here anywhere else, and what you can actually get at different price points so that you can make a much smarter decision. And if you're planning a move, whether that's 30 days or 90 days or even a year out, reach out to us. Give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or just schedule a Zoom call using the link below. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you, and we just absolutely love it. So look, we love helping people make that move here to Houston. So be sure to subscribe, and now let's get back to it. Now, if those prices made you sweat, look further out. This is where the relocation gold rush is happening, the ring of growth. We're talking Katy, Cypress, Fulshear, and the Woodlands. Then you've got the rising stars, Manville, Humble, Conroe, Richmond, and Magnolia. This isn't just the suburbs. These are massive master plan civilizations built from the ground up. Think Bridgeland, Sienna, Ellison, Mariana, and Santerra. In these spots, you aren't just buying a house, you're buying a resort lifestyle. We're talking crystal lagoons, miles of hiking trails, on-site schools, and community gyms that put your local YMCA to shame. It is 100% designed for the way we live today. And thanks to the Grand Parkway, Highway 99, the infrastructure is exploding. New retail, new dining, and brand new schools are popping up literally overnight. But there is a price for all of that space. You're trading, time for square footage. So unless you work remotely, the Houston commute just became your new part-time job. And because these areas are growing so fast, you're going to be living with orange cones and construction dust for a while as the amenities catch up. It's the ultimate trade-off. You get the dream home, the top-rated schools, and the backyard oasis, but you'd better have a great playlist for that drive into the city. But here is the one thing that will absolutely make or break your Houston experience: the traffic. And in this city, traffic isn't just a nuance, it's a lifestyle. In Houston, a 20-mile stretch doesn't take 20 minutes. At rush hour, that's an easy 60-minute gauntlet. If you're heading to downtown, the Energy Corridor, or the Medical Center, you aren't just driving, you're tactical planning. And here's the kicker: it's not about the distance, it's about the actual route. One stalled car on 290, one bad interchange on Loop 610, or a sudden afternoon storm, and your GPS arrival time just jumped by 30 minutes. You're going to be in your car almost everywhere you go. I've seen it thousands of times. Families fall in love with a stunning 5-bedroom estate out in the suburbs, only to realize 6 months later they despise that 2-hour daily grind. The golden rule of Houston real estate: choose your commute first. Map your drive at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday before you ever sign a contract. Because in this town, your location strategy is the distance between loving your life and hating your steering wheel. Now let's pull back the curtain on what most people don't expect: the Houston tax and the environmental reality. First up, property taxes. They aren't just a line item, they're a heavy hitter. Depending on where you land up, you're looking at 2% to 3.7%. So on an $800,000 home, that's $16,000 to $30,000 a year just in taxes. It's a massive factor in your monthly math. Then there's the flood zone. This one is non-negotiable. In Houston, two houses on the same exact street can have a completely different flood designations. One needs expensive insurance, the other one doesn't. That affects your payment today and your resale value tomorrow. And let's be real about the heat. We're talking 100-degree stretches with humidity so thick you can feel it. If your AC system isn't top tier, you're going to feel it in your wallet and your comfort. But here's the one thing that blindsides new buyers: the year 2 tax jump. The first year in a new bill, you're likely only being taxed on the dirt. But when year 2 hits and the county assesses that shiny new house, your monthly payment can skyrocket overnight. These details don't show up in the listing photos, but they'll cost you thousands if you're not prepared. You've got to look past the curb appeal and check the paperwork. But even with the heat and the traffic, there's a reason people are flooding into Houston in record numbers. This city is an absolute powerhouse. We aren't just growing, we're leading. We have no state income tax, an exploding job market, and the kind of economic backbone most cities dream of. Think about it. We're home to the largest medical center on the planet. We are the undisputed global energy hub. And with NASA in our backyard, we're literally the gateway to aerospace. This isn't random growth, it's driven by massive world-class opportunity. And here's the bottom line: even with those property taxes, you're still getting significantly more house for your dollar than almost any other major metro in the country. That's why people are ditching California, New York, and Florida to plant flags right here. Houston isn't just a place to live, it's becoming one of the most important economic engines in the country. And the best part, there's still room for you to get in on it. So the million-dollar question is, where would I move? If I'm looking for the perfect suburban balance, I'm gonna be heading west, specifically Cypress or Katy. You're getting world-class amenities, top-tier schools, and a brand new home that actually gives you some breathing room. Now, if I want some prestige and that old Houston luxury, I'm looking at Bellaire, Tanglewood, or West U. These are iconic neighborhoods with massive oak trees, high-end custom architecture, and that unbeatable social status. Now, if I'm single and I want the city at my doorsteps, it's gonna be downtown, Midtown, or the Washington corridor. That's where the energy is: walkable streets and the best nightlife and that true urban pulse. But if I'm playing the long game for growth and future upside, I'm going to be betting on Fulshear and Commute. That's where the expansion is happening right now, and the potential for equity is huge. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where I would go. It's about what makes sense for your lifestyle, your commute, and your goals. As you can see, there's no single best neighborhood in Houston. It all comes down to your lifestyle, your budget, and most importantly, your commute. And that is exactly what we are here for. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you. And we just absolutely love helping you navigate this move. So whether you're looking to be here in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, or use the link below to schedule a Zoom call. We've got your back. And if you're still in research mode, you do not want to miss this next video where I break down how to avoid moving to the wrong area in Houston. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.